It is Friday and we are starting off into the cave. Hope you guys had a nice week. I hope you had an easy week. And for today, what I would like to do is we are going to build onto the bridge and some of the roads onto the island. But before doing that, I had a couple of comments based on the feedback that I was asking from you guys. I was asking, what do you like to see the most in this series? Now, the funniest thing is that all three comments are actually saying something different, so I guess I just need to keep continuing making all kinds of different videos. And the first comment is of Christian. He says, I don't mind watching daily to do stuff like gathering or exploring. There is one thing I would like to see, and that is the mystery islands. I have tried a few myself and they are pretty cool. Alright, I need to try to read and talk while I'm doing this cave. And the thing here is, I have been doing 2 mystery islands and there are 2 more to do. And they're absolutely a lot of fun. Now, I have been kinda saying that I would like to do 4 mystery islands per season. Now, if you ask me how many episodes do I think will be a perfect season? Well, for me, I think it will be 100 episodes. And when we've done 100 episodes, we are going to move on to a different biome. So we are now on the temperate biome. We are now building this base here. We still have like 49 or 48 episodes to go, which is still a lot if you consider what we all have been doing in the last 51 episodes. And then we're gonna move on, and I will ask you guys like, which biome should we move on next? Of course, do not choose a very difficult one. Yeah, once we moved on to a different biome, we're gonna do the mystery islands that are a notch higher. So in this case, we do the easiest one, which is on the tropical region, and then I just have to see which one will be easy after that. And the thing is, what I mean with difficulty is, so we have the world map, and the world map is saying tier 1, tier 4, tier 3, tier 2. Now the thing here is, I believe on the far east. No, there are no mystery islands on the far east. So on the far east, the arid region and the Arctic region doesn't have any mystery islands just yet. They will come in the future. There is a lot of fun stuff coming up. So it's going to be tundra or temperate. Well, looking at the difficulty, I would say we're going to do the mystery island on the temperate, and then in season 3 we're going to do the tundra, and then I hope that one of these other regions are going to have some fun stuff too. The thing is, I don't want to go too quick, because doing these mystery islands are a lot of fun. Like Christian is saying, they are absolutely a lot of fun. I don't want to spoil it all in once. Alright, and so yeah, he's saying the mystery islands and, you know, just doing all kinds of stuff he just likes to see for a change, I guess. I have to be very... Go! How do you get up on there while... Ooh, that's gonna be a good question there. Oh! Okay then. And then we have comment of Paulo, and Paulo says, hi, I'm loving the series, especially the editor, because the tips were spectacular. About the editor, there will be, of course, more videos coming up on that. The thing here is, sooner or later I want to do landscaping first. There's a reason for that, because, you know, it's a bit more easier. Then, later on, there will be some scripting videos coming up. Of course, scripting, it's not like the actual scripting, but we need to give it a name. It's like with puzzles and then wiring and filling in some options. It's apparently easier than it's like scripting. Yeah, then we're gonna make some few basic scripting videos, because all of this stuff together can be used in order to make mystery islands. So I hope that I will have enough of these videos ready, so other people can also have some fun doing some scripting. That is actually the whole plan with that. Then I have another video, a comment of Cat Cows. Cat Cows is saying, I really enjoy watching your building series. So yeah, in this case we have a comment on all kinds of stuff. Yeah, building, it will come up, of course. The exploration will still come up, of course, and yeah, the editing. So in this case, long story short, you guys just want me to keep doing what I'm doing right now, and then, you know, things will be fine. Okay, calm down. Here's another one. So yeah, it's a good cave. There are some of the other crystals. Ooh, this dude hits really, really hard there. I still have plenty of ammo in here. Very good. Alright, let's go all the way back. Where are you, big boy? You are dead. That's what you are. Alright, I'll guess that's everything. So this is just a more of a simplistic kind of cave. While on the arid region, we had something that was more split up, the way like two of these, yeah, of these little end holes, to say. And we are currently right down in here. I do believe the trader's house is right out here. I wonder how deep we are. Can we actually, you know, dig it out to, you know, like an extra hole or something? There we go. Alright. Okay, now we have a nice side entrance, you know, in case I need to mine some stuff. I've been saying I don't want to make this island look ugly, but I don't think this should be a problem. Nice deep hole down there, right to the core of everything that is going on. Alright, I'm just going to clean up and then I'm going to position myself where we're gonna build the bridge. And so, after an hour or so, I'm finally ready to start building this beautiful bridge. Now the first thing that I am going to need to do is figure out the height of at least this ship down here. It's not going to be too troublesome. And I'm going to need to kind of figure out, you know, how am I going to do this without, you know, making it myself a little too difficult. I think this is kind of perfect, considering that, you know, maybe the road somewhere over here can go down that way. Or a little further, of course. And I have also been saying I could make a road and then just wall it down. And then maybe at the side fill it up. Just have to see what would be nice. Of course, you guys can have suggestions too. I always appreciate that. Now, let me see. Will this be high enough? I really hope it will be. And of course, at some point, I can also make use of the builder's tool, which is super handy. There we go. Now we are building. Alright. I just think this is just it, right? Yeah, this is kinda just it. I mean, it is perfect. There is a lot of space underneath, and if I, you know, don't make a ship too high for the future, it's perfect. Now, of course, there will be certain parts that I'm going to need to do in the editor, probably. Because, you know, making truly roads and stuff is not going to be a very good idea to do that in, you know, free place mode. It's going to be very messy. Yeah, I think this is kind of fine. I'm not quite sure what I want to do here, but maybe, you know, connect it up to the bridge, maybe a few parts more, and then go around the corner here. Until somewhere about here, and then go straight that way. And while going straight that way, I can make the road going down. In that case, I can make easy parts for myself, like a little, like modules of pieces of roads. I think that might be easy. Of course, there is scripting. Mello has been doing an amazing job on that. He basically... Okay, until here. So he's basically been using one string, and this string he can bend all kinds of ways, and then the editor will auto generate the road of pieces that he's been choosing. That is really awesome. Maybe one more. Like that, so I don't have to dig too much mountain away. Yeah, I have to kind of dig some pieces and parts away. Yes, of course, over there I'm going to need to, get rid of some mountain parts. I'm going to need to use dirt and sand in order to fill up a small little gap, because you cannot use the rake on stone. That sounds logic. Yeah, this is just perfect. I really love it. It's just a nice height. It is just enough over there. Now, of course, you could say maybe we, move it up, and then over there I have to dig a little bit away. Let me just see something here, because maybe that is not even too bad of an idea. Yeah, it's gonna be super tight anyways. I think going around that little hilly thing is a bit better, and then chop it away here. Because it goes straight, then I have to make a very tiny little S corner and then go down. So yeah, I'd rather do it like this. And then we can make something on top of there, have the statue coming out there. Alright, so now the only question here is, what is the size of a car? Now, just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna go to the editor. Alright, it might sound crazy what I'm about to say, but I think having a road as much as possible, to say 1 lane, might be the best. I mean, I can make 2-lane roads, but it's too much. Or what I can do is make 1.5 lane, if that makes any sense, and have like certain bits and pieces, or just make 1 lane a little bit wider. So yeah, as you can see, I've been messing around with certain trucks and other vehicles. Now let me just take 2 of these guys right down here. I think making 1 lane but wide enough for 2 will be the best. I just don't want these stripes in the middle of the road. That's just a little too much for a tiny island like that. Okay, let's just hug these 2 vehicles almost, like it's going to be real tight for them to pass, but at least, you know what? Yeah, okay, maybe. I'm thinking all of a sudden maybe the road on the island needs to be like a giant roundabout. You're only allowed to go 1 way, and that's it. Maybe that's way more cooler. So here we have one of these that I've been using for the bridge, right? And it looks like that this vehicle is one of these. Now you have to be aware in the editor that if you have it on free place mode, to lock it on grid mode and then just give it a few touches so it will be all set on grid. So all 3 arrows, just give it a little movement. Alright, now I have a better idea of how and what. So we could make a road perfectly one of these wide, right? And it would be nice. Now, of course, for a bridge, it would be very smart. Just trying to think here. I think it would be smart to do it like that. So what I'm talking about here is that, let's say, for example, we're going to use still yellow line just to indicate the width of the road. And then the road will be black, right, like that. And then from this part of on, we could be making the bridge, right? I'm just going to use something simple for now, just to say like that. Now this is going to be the railing of the bridge, to say, right? And then this is nice and wide enough, still have a little bit of play around. Do that. There we go, beautiful. And then double click while holding Control, so we can do that. Of course, we don't want to make the bridge itself black. Maybe something like that. I think this would be nice width for a bridge, but also nice width for the roads in general. Now, of course, roads in general should not always have these side things everywhere, because you know, if you want to roleplay like that crash happened or an ambulance needs to pass by, this stuff needs to be passable. So one vehicle needs to be able to pass another, is what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, I think that would be nice. So 3 of these, 1, 2, and then stuff. Okay. Now to take care that things are going a little bit quick to say, we need to be able to, you know, have some smart building here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to do this together in here in the editor. I'm gonna make some what is it called, modules or segments, if that is what it also can be called. And then we're going to move this to that and that to this. So in this case here we have one road segment, and now we need to be able to make something nice out of it. I need to keep in mind I have been using these blocks but like this, so now I'm going to use them like that. Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. So I believe that is like how it is. Also, if I'm smart, yeah, okay, let's keep it with the length of that. And what I'm also going to do here is move it like that. I guess just have to see. We can do an extra one, so we have a bit of play for a barrier. Now I could say I need to take a look at the reference image of different bridges and see, you know, how the stuff is done. But in this case, I want to do it all in modules. So later on, I will make a module which will present the bottom of it. I will make modules which present like the 3-in pieces. And yeah, just gonna make a whole building package out of it to say. So we could use these gigantic pieces like so, and like so, right? Then the road will perfectly fit in. We will have a playroom of 1 on here. Then I'm just going to grab this piece here, create a group. I can just 1 click take it and move it. Alright, then the road fits in perfectly like that, and I think this actually looks nice too. Alright, now we need to make, like I said, I will, you know, build other parts. Yeah, okay, something is popping up in my mind. I'm just going to need to choose segments at a time. You know what, let's just do it like that and fix it like that. Alright. So what I mean with multi-segments, the thing is we're gonna need to have some decorate type of stuff. Where is that one block that I used? This one, right? Yeah. So each circle segment is gonna be a segment that looks nice. Yeah, I know about this, but are there like square ones? Big square? Yeah, okay. So now the darker stuff is underneath. Let's put 2 of them on there. Jesus. And now I'm going to need to keep on talking. You need to do what? Need to place something on here. Okay, I have a plan. I definitely have a plan. Okay, I have an idea. The thing is, I need to aim stuff out in the middle, right? I'm going to need to grab it, put it in the middle, do the same here. But instead of doing that twice, I'm going to do this once, and then it should be good. I'm going to show in a minute what I mean with that. This thing is a little too high. I don't want this stuff to be too high, so I'm just going to grab these little ones. And what we can also do here is just go into this mode, drop her down. Now I take a look. I think this would be just perfect, you know, in case if. Beautiful. Okay, now I can grab one of these. Okay, I'm only a little bit stuck with the problem of having, you know, the darker stuff in there. So I'm just gonna accept that we're gonna use the darker stuff on the inside. I'm really terrible at rotating, so if you get cringy of it, my apologies. Okay, there we go. Like, there are certain games you can only rotate a certain way, and then you can keep it in mind. In this game, certain blocks have different rotation on it. It is what it is. So now I can try to aim this out with my eyeballs. Something like that, right? Maybe you'll be like, oh, I need a tiny touch this way and a tiny touch that way. I think it is perfect like this. So now we, you know, have a bit of decoration type of do going on. And of course there will be a segment which, so let's just say that these two segments here are placed like that. And then in the middle there will be this, but it needs to be lower. You will get to see it. And then when you rotate, also make sure rotate it on a block that's still on grid, because these ones are not on grid. And then we can just grab these and just duplicate them all over the place. So now we have built 2 segments out of so many. Just like that. Okay, beautiful. So now we've been placing the first piece of road. So what I wanted to say before I ruin everything, I want to give you guys a bit of time to add some ideas. So I don't want to, you know, go too quick. If I really want, I could just build the whole show. Even though it's going to take a bit of time. Let me see how many segments do I want to do here. We're starting up a new one. Maybe 1, 2, and then 3, a new one. Okay, let me think, because I also need to keep in mind. Let's keep it on 3. So 3 of these, and then 1 of these. So because there are 3, I have a middle segment, and at the middle segment I could place, you know, something in the middle. Look at that! It starts to become something. Yeah, of course I need a little bit more stone. I'm not sure if I have. Yeah, let's take a little look. Oh yes, that is becoming something, doesn't it? Beautiful. I'm just very lucky with these 2 hills being on this side. That's why I like it, the island, a lot. Because if you have 1 hill and you don't have anything there, it's going to just look very, you know, odd. It's just perfect. Oh man, I like to take the piss out of my girlfriend. She felt very ill yesterday and I bought a bag of M&Ms. I wanted to give to her, but she was complaining, so I said, okay, I'll take it back. And now she's asking for it. I just tell her I already eaten most of it. Well, I haven't. Just give me a second there. Oh yes. This is going to be amazing. I have so much ideas what I can add to it in order to make it more bridgy. I'm going to look at the reference images and I'm going to listen to you guys' feedback. But yeah, this is so neat. I just really love using the editor with it. Planning out this kind of stuff. There's enough space for, you know, a lot of things. Now the only problem I'm having right down here, which I think I have an idea on how to solve it, is just to grab some sand in this case maybe. So sometimes when you dig, you can see up there's like a little floating piece. It's very difficult to remove that. And one of the things you could try to do here is see if you can add something. Now let's just do it like this. This is just sand, so sand is easy to remove. And then just, you know, build it up with a bit. Just like that. And then at some point it will merge together. And now it should be gone. Yep, it's definitely gone. So you really want to keep an eye out on that kind of things, because if you're not being careful enough and you're driving with your vehicle and you're like, what in the world is that? So you really want to, I'll guess, start from the outside going inside, rather than, if you're busy here, start out here, work your way to the outside, because then you're gonna get these small kinds of things. But gladly there is a solution for all the problems in this game. So here's what's going to happen. I'm just going to collect a ton of resources. Of course, I'm gonna have some ideas I want to add, at least for supporting the bridge. I'm going to also listen to you guys' ideas. Maybe you know something nice I could do, and then I will add it also. And I'm going to see and look at the reference images to make it more realistic. I want to try to dig out a piece and part right down here, and then in tomorrow's episode we're going to continue making a lot more roads, and or maybe, very maybe, you're going to make like just a simple test vehicle and just try it out, because why not?